A very good afternoon to one and all present for this webinar. I am Prem, Assistant Professor of English, SRM in Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus. I'm so excited to have you all today and
Good
would like to
afternoon.
welcome you all to
Good
yet
afternoon to one and all.
another webinar. Yes, ma'am. I'm so excited to have you all today to welcome you all to yet another webinar conducted by the Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus. We have with us today Dr. Mangayarkarasi, Associate Professor and Head Department of English, Ethiraj College for Women, Chennai, as a special guest who will be sharing her knowledge to. I once again welcome you all for the webinar on online teaching tools for faculty members. Before we move on to the welcome address, I would like to remind the participants to fill the feedback form, which will be posted in the YouTube live chat box at the end of the webinar, and also request the participants to post your queries during the question and answer sessions through live chat box. Now I request Dr. Rama, Professor and Head, Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Prem. Good afternoon and hearty welcome to all the participants and the attendees. The Department of English and Other Foreign Languages, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Ramapuram campus is very happy to extend a warm welcome to you to this webinar today. Though the pandemic has created a lot of paranoia in the minds of the people all around the globe, it has also catapulted the English teachers to a very different level of tech savviness. Every single teacher, irrespective of age or location, has learned to be in touch with the student community online. The online teaching scenario is very dynamic, and every day new tools and interesting methodologies come to light. I feel it is a very positive and optimistic situation. And I'm sure we will continue to use many of these tools even in the new normal. To give us a more and a very vivid picture of these online teaching tools, we have with us today an academician of very great repute, Dr. Mangayarkarasi, Associate Professor and Head, Department of English, Ethiraj College for Women, Chennai. We are extremely honored by your presence, ma'am. Thank you for your kind consent and hearty welcome. We are waiting to hear you. But before we move to the formal session, I hand the forum over to my colleague Afreen for the introduction.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to address us on online teaching tools for faculty members. The words of Jack Welch truly exemplifies today's speaker. I quote, "Before you are a reader, success is all about growing yourself. When you become a leader, success is all about growing others." Dr. Mangayarkarasi J. is Associate Professor and Head of PT Research and Department of English at Ethiraj College for Women, Chennai. She is the Dynamic Coordinator of English Language Teachers Association of India and Associate of IATEFL. She has published 3 books for language teachers, including the course cum workbook on Language Resource Center and ESL Methods and Practices. An assessment of syllabus in her state. She is currently interested in bringing artificial intelligence and augmented reality to ELT. Recently, she has been recognized as one of the top 50 women educators across India by news organization. Without much ado, could hand over the floor to Dr. Mangai. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us here today.
Thank you, Afreen, for the wonderful interaction. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Mr. Prem, for the technical support, and Sunira. All of us, we are into this transition phase now. Soon after the announcement of lockdown, teachers especially throughout the globe, across the globe, concentrated on teaching, how to integrate the skills to reach out to our learners? So that has become $1 million question once we shut down for the pandemic. So once we got into that, once we encountered that challenge, all the teachers started exploring ways and means to reach out to our learners. Suddenly, all of us realized the technology with us, and we have moved on to technology, technopedagogy, and without any regulations or guidelines or anything, we started exploring as beginners, as freshers. So, I would like to thank your management uh, to have arranged this wonderful platform for you all to learn something, to integrate technological tools to reach out to your learners. I thank your management for this wonderful opportunity to meet you all in this platform. So all of us are familiar with technology. All of us uses gadgets, different gadgets to reach out to our learners, to reach out our friends, to reach out our family members. Earlier, we used it only for personal purpose. Now, we can use our gadgets, and there are um, so many mediums to reach out to our learners. Technological sources, technological tools we have to reach out to our learners. So, technology is not just a tool in terms of getting our learners work together to motivate them. As a facilitator, we are very important. Teachers are important. So here I would like to quote Bill Gates. Bill Gates stresses the importance of learning with the teacher, not with the tool, with the teacher. So the tools are in the hands of teachers like textbooks. So it is our prime duty to facilitate our learners to integrate the skills and make them feel happy to learn their subjects. So why do we use technology? How to integrate technology? So next, integrating internet-based technology into teaching and learning. So how do we integrate that? How do we integrate that teaching technology in our learning atmosphere, in our environment? So this internet-based learning, this techno-pedagogy, it provides opportunities for us to interact with our learners so that we can call that as learner centric. It is always learner centric, and we can make our learners to enjoy their lessons, to enjoy and participate happily. In our country, we have heterogeneous group of learners. We have bright students, there are average students, there are other slow learners, different types of learners. That heterogeneous group we meet, to make them happy, to make them participate happily in class, this technological tools really helps us. In concrete classroom, we meet their eye and they are scared to open up. Whereas in this glass room, this technological internet-based room, they are not shy to open up. They use their creativity. They integrate all their skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So we can make our learners to interact well with the teachers through this platform, through this tools. So it permits instruction to be contextualized. So it is contextualized, and only it's one-on-one communication between the teacher and the taught, and it leads to active and attractive interactive modes of instruction. Without any shyness or fear, students can interact with the teacher, and it results in a greater collaboration, and they cooperate We can assign them small work, and we can give them different interesting works, assignments, even in class, even in the middle of class, while teaching, pre-teaching, and while teaching, after post teaching. You can test the knowledge of your learners. So there are different tools, umpteen number of tools. In concrete classrooms, we had only a textbook with us, whereas here, um, only we have the technological tools. So it's our prime duty at this juncture to learn the technological, to learn to operate the technological tools. Let me begin with a first tool, Haiku Deck. Here I would show a video soon after the presentation, this haiku presentation, and then you can see the video, and for you to have an hands-on experience, you can try that. And once you try that, you take a screenshot and post it in our chat box. Uh, Towards the end of this session, we can have question answer session. Whereas when you post that screenshot in the chat box, it would be nice for other participants to see the performance of of your contribution to this. So now we'll move on to this Haiku Deck. Haiku Deck, it's a digital tool with whose help you can easily make presentations on your iPad, iPhone, and on the web. So there are three mediums, there are three modes. One is iPad, the other one is iPhone. You can use your iPhone, and you can use your Android phone too. And then the web. There are three mediums. You can reach out to your learners, and you can make your presentation. As a teacher, you can prepare your presentation just like a lesson plan. Usually we plan for our classes every day. So just like a lesson plan, through this Haiku Deck, through this tool, you can plan your presentation, and you can make use of your mobile too to reach out to your students. Not only mobile, you can use your web platform and then iPad too. So this tool, it works online, and it offers a huge database of stock photos with which you can create image-based slides. So not only this printed, not only the text, you can use images, you can use animations, you can use different different methodology. You can make it attractive to your to attract your learners. To attract your learners, you can use visuals, so that they can concentrate on that. Based on that, you can uh, check their level of understanding. In class, concrete classroom, yeah, we always ask them, do you follow? Are you with me? Do you agree with me? We pose different questions like that. Here too, when you use different visuals, when you make it interesting, if it is image based, it would be colorful, it would attract your learners. Here, you just to test the presence of your learners, you need to pose questions. You can ask you should ask your learners to interact with you. To make it interactive, you should add not only the text, you can add image. So this Haiku Deck helps you to integrate that in your presentation. And then it is easy to create. It is not like any other thing. It is very simple, easy to create. Even in your Android phone, web phone, iPhone, you can create that on the go, and you can carry them in your pocket. So you can carry them. You have the material in your pocket itself. So wherever you are while traveling, even wherever you are, you can reach out to your learners. It's very simple. It's a simple tool. You can download that in your you can download, keep it with you, and you can create a presentation, even a brief presentation, if you would like to give some clues to your students. So that is there. And then you can integrate that into your Google Classroom. And this Google Classroom is a popular method to reach out our students. Most of the institutions use Google Classroom, most of the premier institutions. So it is very simple to reach out to Google Classroom through this tool. So this tool you can download and you can create, and then you can reach out to your students through your presentation. So you can make presentations using this tool Haiku Deck, and not only presentations, you can make your presentations colorful, interesting using images. Now I request Sunita ma'am to play that link. You just watch the link and see the demo of Haiku Deck. Over to Dr. Sunita ma'am. Okay, so it's freely available, and it is very simple for us to use. Now you have seen the demonstration how to use that. With your keypad you can look into that, and you can select pictures, you can add pictures in your presentation. I hope you all are clear with this first tool, Haiku Deck. Let's move on to Glockstar. Next one is Glockstar. Glockstar is like just like Google, but Google is with a white background. This is with a green background. You can learn by using visual content. So you can use our learners can use it, use the visual content. You can use visual content here. You need not type and you need not prepare anything. You can choose the visual content, and then you can make use of the visual content here. Visual content is nothing but the pictures with the content, pictures with the content. That would be really nice to watch and learn. And it allows us to create multimedia posters too. So posters and all, they'll be it will be very interesting for our English language learners, particularly English language learners, ESL learners. So when you give up, sometimes we can ask them to make posters. You can ask them to create something using this blogs tool. And as teachers too, we can prepare some nice posters, and we can use the posters to teach our students. So this is two way. You can ask, you can give an assignment to students using this. You can ask them to use this tool to present their assignments, or to give them some assignment and ask them to present it through this Glockstar. Blogs stored in Blogpedia. So this is called as Blogpedia. These blogs are stored in Blogpedia. That is, visual contents are stored in Blogpedia. You can select the visual content, and they can integrate everything and prepare a poster. Over to Dr. Sunita for the visual presentation now. Now you see how to use Glockstar.
If someone asked you what is a bear, where would you begin? Perhaps you could use Wikipedia to describe where bears live and what they eat. Or maybe you could use Google Images to show what different types of bears look like, or YouTube videos to show bears interacting in their natural habitats. The internet is full of useful resources, not to mention your own text, pictures, sounds, and videos. But what if you could have all this content in one place? With a glog, that's exactly what you get. With thousands of blogs categorized by subject and endless ways of expressing ideas, the Glogpedia library makes it easier to find exactly what you're looking for. Our structured and approved digital content for learners allows anyone to find and share information in our library as well as get inspiration for creating new blogs. Why wait? Start blogging.
And how would you describe a bear?
So Glogster, now you have an idea. It's a very simple tool you can download and you can use YouTube's and see it was colorful. Science teachers, even language teachers, all of us as language teachers, we can make it very, very interesting. We can use this in our classroom. So these blogs are stored in Blogpedia. You just simply download that, connect it, and then you can transfer that to your students, and it is subjects, we can make it subject specific too. We can make it colorful and we can make it very, very interesting for our learners. Next one is Flipsnack. It is nothing but a flip book. Next one is Flipsnack. It's a very, very simple tool to use as a text in class. So it's an app. We can ask our students to download that, and even teachers, we can download that, and it create digital flip books. For each one, we can give group activity, and even in class, for the specific subject, we can ask them to use. We can create a digital flip book, and flip book is nothing but they can see visuals, they can see visual contents, they can see pictures, and it is a combined one. It is integrated into one thing that is called as book, that is called as flip book. And to present their projects in class for final year students and all, mainly for tertiary level learners, to present their project, even engineering students to present their projects, you can ask them to use this app, Flipsnack. They can download and keep it in their mobile phone itself, and they can make it very, very interesting. They can integrate everything, uh, the visual content, music, and they can record their voices, and the presentation would follow their vocal presentation too. So it would be very interesting. It will integrate everything, and they can upload their image, and they can write their information and present it to the world like this platform. They can present it with their name, with the designation, and it would be really interesting to use this Flipsnack. Now we can see the visual and to have a hands-on experience. All of you, those who are present here, those who are watching, would like to have a hands-on experience, try this now itself. You can download that in your mobile phone. Towards the end of this program, I expect the viewers to present their hands-on experience in a screenshot and present it in our chat box.
What is Flipsnack and what can you accomplish with it? Think about Flipsnack as a two-in-one tool. First, you have the Flipbook Maker, a simple way to upload PDFs and convert them into stylish page flip catalogs. Anything you publish through Flipsnack will instantly look more professional and elegant, both on computers and on mobile devices. Second, we provide an integrated design tool, an easy way to create a catalog design from scratch or from templates. Publish your design as a page flip catalog online, or download it as a print-ready PDF. Personalize your catalogs by customizing them extensively. Color, language, sharing options, and add your own branding. Don't forget to add links, GIFs, videos, audio, or embed a variety of widgets, including interactive maps, playlists, slideshows, virtual tours, and so on. You can keep your page flip catalogs private, password protected, share them with specific people, or even go public. Sharing is easy, and you have so many options. Share your catalogs via social media as links or embeds. Integrate the interactive widget on your site, send it via email directly through our platform, or simply share the link with anyone. We recommend using the full screen URL to share them with no distractions. Want to download? No problem. Get the interactive HTML5 page flip catalog on your PC or activate the PDF download option to enable readers to download too. Everything you publish through our platform is tracked, and we provide real-time reports. If you have any questions or need support, our friendly agents are at your disposal via live chat. But that's not all. We provide a ton of other features and functionalities, integration, custom posts, and even the option to sell magazines through our platform. So give FlipSnack a try for free.
Okay, now you have an idea of FlipSnack. For project presentation, this would be a wonderful medium to reach out to your examiners. You can make it very, very interesting. It is nothing but like a PPT presentation, but you integrate everything, the visuals, the visual contents, and the images, everything to present it. Now you have an idea of this FlipSnack. Next, we'll move on to Padlet. This is one more online tool, and here it's a digital pin board. In classes, we have a board. We ask them to pin their ideas, pin their comments, and everything. We use different color slides, and then we pin it in our classes. It's like this here too. It's a pin board. You pin different ideas, images, videos, text files, links here. And when you refer something, when you give an example to your students, you can make use of this tool, online tool. It's a very, very interesting tool to pin, to give references to your students. You can pin examples through videos, images, text, and files, and then you can sometimes use links too. If it is a different one, you can use links, and you can ask your learners to click the link. It will lead on to that particular specific area of interest for your learners. And you can customize it with the background. Uh, to a corkboard, or you can customize that as a blackboard. For example, if you're a maths teacher, if you would like to solve some theorem or something, you can connect blackboard, and you can show the theorem just like using some chalk or something like that. You can have that behind you, and then wood or sand, based on the subject you discuss. Or if it is a story, in our English classroom, if it is a story, make it very interesting. You can read story, you can tell story. When you narrate story, you can keep that as a background. Based on the narration, you can use your creativity and connect it with your background. So it's a very, very interesting online tool, Padlet. You can use to pin your contributions, and then you can make your learners to refer to it as an example. You can show that as an example in your live classroom, online classroom. So this is also a very, very important and interesting tool. We can use it to reach out to our learners. Over to Dr. Sunita for the presentation.
Padlet is a digital pinboard that lets you gather a variety of objects such as text posts, pictures, video clips, audio files, web links, and many more. The essence of a Padlet is to provide a place from where people can work on a project in a fun, easy, and interactive way. You can start using Padlet by signing up for a free account. The website can be accessed at www.padlet.com. You can also search Padlet to download the Android and iOS app to get started. Once you're logged in, you can create a new wall. Here's a sample of a Padlet's beginning. On a Padlet, you can simply click this plus icon or double click to add a link to an image you have found online, or you can upload a photo of your own, add prose, poems, videos, or other notes related to the topic. The toolbar at the top provides additional options to customize your Padlet's title, layout, description, and privacy settings. Help information can also be accessed here. For every Padlet created, there's a link which you can share with others so you can work together. Here's a sample of a Padlet created by one user. You can visit the website's gallery at padlet.com/about/gallery for more inspirations. We hope you enjoy using Padlet.
Now we have an idea on Padlet, how to use Padlet. It's a very, very interesting one. You can pin QR codes too. Now we got an idea. We can have QR codes, links, and clippings and other things. You can click on and use that as a reference, as an example in classroom. In that way, you can make it very, very interesting. You need not go on to refer to something else, like any concrete classrooms. You can immediately click the link and it will lead on to, you can keep that as a hyperlink to, you can it will lead on to the presentation. It is a very, very interesting online tool. We can use it uh, in our digital classroom. Next, we will move on to another interesting online tool called Edmodo. So these are the tools easily available. It is free. We can download and we can use it for our classes. Here Padlet, you can use it, you can Google it, you can enter and you have to type your details. You have to start an account and it's free. Now Edmodo, it's a free resource, free source used by most of the teachers in classroom, and we conduct, even it is useful for trainers, teachers and all those. It would accommodate a large number of students. Like even when we combine in concrete classes, when we combine, we'll just look out for spaces. Here it will accommodate more number of students. You can make it very, very interesting, and it's an educational network for especially created for students and teachers to interact in a classroom. It's like a classroom atmosphere. You download that, it will connect teachers, students, parents, and sometimes even administrators to uh, can join. So there are different platforms available. A teacher can create a classroom, and students, they can express their idea. They can submit their assignments, homeworks, and everything. And in school, we have, in schools and colleges, we have parent teachers meeting too. If your parents would like to interact with your facilitators, your teachers or administrators, they can reach out through this mode, Edmodo. It's a digital classroom environment. It's just like a concrete classroom, but it's a digital, now it's a digital room, digital classroom. And you can invite your students to send digital assignments through this platform. You can record your video, and you can share that video with your students, and you can interact with your students through that medium. Now we'll see the presentation, Edmodo presentation, and then we'll come back. Over to Dr. Sunira.
Welcome to Edmodo, and congratulations on creating your account. With Edmodo, you can create a safe and customizable digital classroom and get access to millions of resources from the world's largest education network. Let me take you on a quick tour of how to get started on our platform. When you first log into your account, you'll be able to see your home stream, a collection of posts that are sent from teachers you're connected to, either through communities you're a part of or groups that you've joined. Once you customize what you want to see, you can use the home stream to find and share resources, collaborate with your colleagues, and make connections with teachers in your school, district, and all over the world. Before you start connecting with other Edmodo users, you can personalize your account by creating your teacher profile. Post a picture and share some information about yourself, your teaching schedule, and your own education. Now, if you're like me, the most important network to foster is the one in your classroom. In Edmodo classes, you can create a digital space for you and your students to communicate and get work done, even after the bell rings. If you're using Edmodo to collaborate with other teachers, you can create an Edmodo group for your department or a grade level team to share files or discuss a student's progress. The real magic of Edmodo occurs once your students join your classes. As you improve classroom communication, start sending digital assignments, and create a positive online culture for your students, you'll be able to focus on what you do best, teaching more.
So now you got an idea of Edmodo. Edmodo, it's nothing but a classroom, digital environment. We can create for students, parents, and administrators. Teachers, they can have entire control on it. They can manage that. They can send notes or even assignments students can submit. So we have separate rooms for teachers, students, and parents. We can make use of this effective tool in our digital classrooms. Next, we'll move on to a very interesting tool called Kahoot. Kahoot, it's a game-based one. Uh, you can Google and sign an account. You can sign an account. There are innumerable games available there. Quizzes and all we can conduct to test the knowledge of the students. Even when we take a class, for example, if you are teaching a poem or prose or any other fiction or anything, if you would like to test the knowledge of your students, you can create a game. Um, you can test the knowledge of your students. You can ask them to participate in our digital classroom. Immediately they can see the results, their points, and it will make them. It's a very very interesting medium to test the knowledge of students. It will be a fun filled. It will make our learners learn something very very interestingly. So that it's a very very important online tool. You can use it in your everyday classroom activities. It's a game-based learning platform, and you can use multiple choice. You can there are so many games available. Multiple choice quizzes you can choose, and it can be accessed through a web browser or through a Kahoot app. We can ask our learners to download this app, and you give them the number, they can participate on the specific platform. This is called as Kahoot. We'll see the presentation, and then it's really interesting. It will involve the learners. When you talk on a particular subject, you give them an idea, you give them a lecture, and you give them a presentation on that particular topic, and then this quiz based platform, it really motivates our learners. It makes them to learn something, the inner meanings of the in-depth. They'll get a in-depth knowledge on the particular subject once they participate on that. For example, when we take a separate unit in a chapter, it is the best way to test the knowledge of our students. We can give quizzes soon after the presentation, soon after our classes, uh, for example 30 minutes or 20 minutes or 40 minutes. When you even in grammar classes, we can test the knowledge of our students through these quizzes. Immediately they get the points, and it will motivate them to participate, and it's really a very very interesting tool we can make use in our classroom. Over to Dr. Sunira for presentation.
Kahoot is a free student response tool for all platforms to administer quizzes, discussions, or surveys. It is a fun, game-based classroom response system played by the whole class in real time. Questions are projected on a shared screen while an unlimited number of players answer the questions with their smartphones, tablet, or computers, creating a social, fun, and game-like environment. Cost and access. Kahoot is a free resource and it is accessible on any device with a web browser. Kahoot has been played with over 4,000 players at one time. However, Kahoots of this magnitude require excellent bandwidth. It is now played by over 50 million people in 180 countries and is designed to be accessible to classrooms and other learning environments worldwide. Kahoot's learning games can be created by anyone, for any subjects, and for learners of any age. Designer. Kahoot was launched in August of 2013 in Norway. The Kahoot platform and brand was developed by a research team who gathered information in user-centered design and behavior design and play. The technology platform itself was based on research conducted at the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, where many different approaches were considered, tested, and measured for impact in terms of student engagement and learning value. Privacy and terms of use. While Kahoot is not a social media tool, there is a social element that provides fun learning experiences in educational systems, businesses, as well as in social settings such as birthday parties, weddings, and larger events. Kahoot does not collect any personal information from a person who merely plays a Kahoot. When signing up for a free account, children under 16 don't have access for searching or making public Kahoots, although they can make private ones. According to Kahoot's privacy policy, the personal information collected when creating an account is used to respond inquiries, send newsletters, allow participation in sweepstakes, share Kahoots, and for their own business purposes, such as data analysis, fraud monitoring and prevention, or developing new products. Their policy also describes how personal information of adults may be disclosed, other information that they may collect, third-party services, and information on how users can access, change, or suppress personal information. Ease of use. Kahoot's interface is user-friendly. Once you go to getkahoot.com, you have the option to create or play a Kahoot. The Create option will direct you to signing in or getting a new free account, while the Play option will ask you to type a PIN for a specific Kahoot. Either way, by creating a Kahoot or by playing one, this tool is very easy to navigate. There are many tutorials you can access as well as support for specific questions. The frequently asked questions is a great resource to find answers when using this tool. Accessibility and impact on student learning. Kahoot's inclusion and accessibility policy explains their diversity and inclusion principles and their goal to be compliant with the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines in being perceivable, operable, and understandable by all users, including those with assistive technologies. Kahoot allows users to insert media such as images or videos. Kahoots can be created in different languages, and the variety of learning modalities that Kahoot addresses reflects many of the universal design for learning guidelines. Workflow. Once you create a Kahoot, everyone can play it by going to kahoot.it and typing the specific Kahoot game pin. Based on whether your Kahoot is public or private, there are different ways you can share your content. A private Kahoot can be shared with another Kahoot user by typing the user's name and then selecting the share button. A public Kahoot can be shared publicly on social media, forums, email, or by sharing a link. Data can be downloaded by teachers or student creators and viewed in Excel, saved to your Google Drive, or shared by sending a link. Results allow you to see every student's nickname, and the answer they chose on each question. There are some basic statistics calculated, like total correct answers and scores. Besides a general overview, there are also spreadsheets for the feedback given at the end of the Kahoot as well as for each question. Kahoot is definitely a great resource to create, play, and share fun learning games for any subject for all ages for free.
Okay, welcome back. So now it's a very, very interesting tool. All of us are familiar now. We can try it out. We can have hands-on experience on this. You can try it out. You can make your classes very, very interesting. All your learners in our heterogeneous classroom, all our learners, they participate, and then uh, well, even it will involve the last benchers in our classroom. We always call them last benchers, and it'll make it very interesting for all types of learners. That's what I'm trying to say here. Let's move on to the next tool, the last tool in our list. So far, we just discussed Haiku Deck, Glockstar, Flipsnack, Padlet, Edmodo, and then Kahoots. The last one is Nearpod. These are all the basic tools. It's freely available. You can download that, or you can Google and you can sign in and enroll there. You can make use of all these things. You can make your classes very, very interesting. It's a simple online tool. We can use it in our classrooms, and we can make our classes the best ones with these tools. Nearpod. Nearpod is nothing but instructional platform. It is just for instruction. Like a Haiku Deck. Haiku Deck, we can use it only for presentation. We can use images for presentation. Glockstar, you can use visual content. Flipsnack is nothing but a digital flip book. Padlet, it's a pin board, and we can make it interesting. So different types of tools. You have to integrate the tools. Like we prepare lesson plan, we have to prepare everything. Prepare our lesson, prepare our tool list to make our classes very, very interesting. Edmodo, it's like a classroom. You can create the classroom atmosphere. You can make use of all these tools in Edmodo classroom, that is digital classroom. Kahoot is nothing but to make your classes interactive. Always we say, most of the teachers, they complain it is not like the concrete classroom. Even in this digital environment, even this online classes, we can make it interactive. We can test the knowledge of students. We can make our learners to participate. To make our learners to participate, always we ask them, we throw questions at them in our concrete classes. Whereas in this online classes, we can give them quiz, we can make them participate, and we can see the result. We can indirectly, we can easily check the presence of our learners through these interactive games, interactive tools. So it is up to us to develop our knowledge, to update our knowledge on these simple tools, free tools available and in Google, and we can download and use it. Nearpod, it's an instructional platform. We can use Nearpod only for instruction alone, and you can create mobile presentations too. You can engage learners in class, and you can assess. You can make use of this to assess the performance of our learners. Over to presentation, Nearpod presentation. I hope most of you tried it out. Those who tried it out, take a screenshot and share it on our chat box. And when we have this question answer session, we can interact, we can clarify our doubts, um, and then we'll see how what all you gathered from this presentation. Over to Dr. Sunira.
Introducing Nearpod, an award-winning student engagement platform that comes with thousands of ready-to-run interactive K-12 lessons. Nearpod is a platform that easily allows teachers to create, download, and teach interactive lessons across all student devices, including Chromebooks, iPads, iPhones, and Android devices. Teachers can easily upload their existing PowerPoints, PDFs, Google Slides, and Sways and convert them into interactive Nearpod lessons by adding engaging activities like quizzes, polls, draw it, open-ended questions, fill in the blanks, games, and 3D objects. With Nearpod VR, teachers can take their students on a virtual field trip anywhere in the world. Teachers launch a live lesson. Students enter a lesson code, and the lesson is synced to all student devices. Teachers can also launch student-paced lessons, which allow students to complete a lesson on their own time wherever they are. Teachers get real-time feedback on student understanding and can access post-lesson reports to assess individual and class performance. Nearpod also has a library of thousands of ready-to-run, standards-aligned K-12 lessons across all subjects from a curated list of trusted publishers. All lessons are editable and customizable to meet the needs of individual teachers and students. Nearpod is the most comprehensive student engagement platform that your students will love.
So we have all these interesting tools in our classroom, where we have a learning management system. Most of the institution, they are just trying to bring in that uh, system into our new normal life, new normal classrooms. In this new normal classroom, this learning management system, we can use different apps, different tools, different online tools. It's nothing but to provide learning environment to our learners through this digital mode. We have cloud based, and then the other open based. Under cloud based, we have different framework. We have uh, under open base, we have Moodle. On the Moodle platform, we can connect through Google Rooms. We can create contents, and teachers can create contents, and they can use contents. They can upload the contents, and through the centralized mode, we can reach out to our learners. But even simply, we can reach out to our learners through WhatsApp too. All of us are familiar with WhatsApp. Even that medium, we can create a WhatsApp group. We can share our resources, and through Google Classroom, we can make it interactive. We can ask our learners to interact with us. They can unmute their mic and they can interact with you. But teachers, I just request you all to make it interactive in online classes. Test the knowledge, test their presence. To test their presence, we can use all these simple tools like Kahoot and other that pinning board, Padlet, and other things. You always, just like a concrete classroom, you can always check the presence of your learners. That's very, very important. Whether their attendance is very, very important, and their mental attendance, that is whether they are physically present or mentally absent, we always say, even in concrete classroom. But here you can make them very, very active through these games, and you can check the presence of your learners even in online classroom if it is really interactive. To make it interesting and interactive, I have introduced few tools, just simple tools, freely available in web platform. You can download, and you can download it in your gadget, and you can make use of your gadget to reach out to your learners. These are all simple tools we discussed so far. If you have any clarification, you can clarify it through our chat box. It is not just about ideas. All of us have ideas. All of us have knowledge. All of us have something. All of us have individual talent. And it is up to us to make use of that ideas happen in our real world, happen in our classroom. So it's time, do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah. That was a wonderful explanation. Now, let's move on to the next segment, which is Curiosity. Curiosity is the first step in learning. It 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 is the
Now it's open for question answers. Those who tried,
Thank you, ma'am. The session.
those
Thank
who
you, ma'am. I
tried,
request
hand
the participants to ask the
share
questions.
your screenshot in chat box. Or if you have any question, type your questions in chat box. Yes, sir. Mr. Prem?
Yeah, I request the participants to post your questions in the live chat box. Your questions will be answered. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your session was
Thank
very
you, sir.
informative. It was a pleasure listening to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir, for the technical support. And it was very, very interesting. Thanks to have made it simple
Thank you,
for
ma'am. You're
us.
welcome.
Vivek Chaudhary. Yes, sir. What's your question, sir? Your question, even LKG second standard students, they are taking it up. What do you mean? Make it clear. Sonal, unmute your microphone. Yes, they can take it up. There are so many games available. Kahoot, it's a game-based one. So there are so many games available. You can use it for your LKG and second standard students too. Irrespective of any level, primary, secondary, or tertiary level, you can make use of these tools, especially Kahoot. Can these tools be efficient in primary classes? Yes, it's efficient in primary classes too. You can use it in primary classes. You can create a class in Edmodo. You can make a presentation through EduTech, and then Padlet. You can post comments. You can post photos or visuals, and you can give a link. You can make it very, very interesting for primary classes too. Kahoot, you can play it anytime, even in tertiary level classes, in primary and high school and all. To check the presence of learners, we can use it. Sometimes we ask question in the middle. In concrete classroom, once we finish a particular topic or anything, just to test the knowledge, we ask them question, we pose them question, one word question, or some character. Even in English classes, we ask character's name, uh, and simple questions, one liner or anything. For that, we can make use of Kahoot. Yes, sir. Any other questions? Yes, there are WISE online tool. We can create videos, we can create audios. To create videos, we have MP3, MP4, and then uh, the different tools to create videos. Audios, to create audios too, we have different tools. That comes under content creation. That online tool comes under content creation. Yes, Shweta? This will surely help the educator out there to make instruction lively and interesting. Yeah, I agree with you. It makes it lively and interesting, interactive too. All of us are worried about interactive classes. It will really make our classes interactive. Any other questions? Even we can use this for English literature learners. There are so many, most of the tools we can make it subject specific. It's for English literature, you have to look out for contents. Subject specific contents we have to use, and we make use of that contents and use these tools to reach out to your English literature learners. Yes, Rita Pradhan. Any other questions? Now they shared feedback link. You can fill in your feedback link and submit it to them. Thank you, Sureka. Thank you very much. At the outset, I would like to thank the management, staff, technical support staff, and the viewers for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much. If you have any clarification, you can contact me through my page, Facebook page, Dr. Mangai page. Thank you very much.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, on behalf of our department, I think I have to thank you immensely. We have listened to a lot of online tools all these days, but what you did today was a quick run through of the very easy ones, the very easily accessible ones without much ado. I think that helped us a lot. There were few, but they were very, very useful. Thank you so much for sparing your time, ma'am. Thanks from us. I think we can
Thank
move
you,
to Sunira for the formal vote of thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Department of English and other foreign languages, I would like to thank Dr. J. Mangayarkarasi, Associate Professor and Head Department of English, Ethraj College for Women, Chennai, for being in our midst in spite of her busy schedule. I thank the management for the support and motivation in organizing the webinar. I would like to express my gratitude to the director, the dean, and the vice principals for their motivation. I extend my sincere thanks to the head Department of English and other foreign languages for her minute-to-minute guidance, support, and for providing encouragement at every point of time in the organization of this webinar. I would extend my thanks to all my colleagues for their enormous cooperation in organizing this webinar. It has been our pleasure to host all the participants of this webinar, and I thank them for making this webinar a grand success. Once again, I want to state that we are all most grateful to the speaker of this day. Thanks a lot to one and all who were directly or indirectly involved in the success of the event. Thank you.
What happened to Prem? Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your wonderful presentation and the cooperation from the department. I thank you all the participants for your cooperation. Your feedback link has been shared in the live chat box. You can fill the feedback links. If you have any queries, you can ask in the live chat box. The questions will be sent to the resource person for your answer. I thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.